So I get to go last. Neat. So really insignificant stories tonight. But before I start, I just wanted to have everybody just give a round of applause for everybody who's told a story tonight, and also to Perry who arranged this. I came in this bar today and I was looking around, I was like, man, I know like 2 people in this room, and I was like, that sucks, but people have told stories and now I feel like I've been connected, and that's not something that happens all the time, so that's an excellent thing. So I'm glad you all got to be here tonight, and sorry that I'm the last person that you have to hear. And sorry that I sound like Tony Braxton with like, am I complimenting myself there? I actually sound like a resident with like really horrible allergies. What's happening right now? Anyway. So, all I wanted for Christmas this past year was a bathrobe. When you're a kid, Christmas is magical. There's like elves and candy and cookie dough. And it's amazing. And when I used to be a child and my mom would say, hey, April, what do you want for Christmas? I would make a list of stuff and I would seal it in an envelope that I thought about for a long time, and I would send it to the North Pole, obviously, like special postmarked. My mom would help me ship it off, and it would be this amazing, magical moment. And now, I just email her, and she CCs my relatives. Similar, magical, close. And so this year, I don't know, like I was thinking this Christmas, and like I'm 27, like what do I want? I want a bathrobe. And so I told my mother that. And so Christmas Day comes, and I am in the living room, everybody's around the Christmas tree, and like, there's lots of trinkets and happiness and yay. And I have a big old box, and I was like, I wonder what this is. And I open it, it's an amazing bathrobe. It's floor length, like plush blue, soft, like the kind of thing you like want to snuggle on your face and you feel embarrassed that your face snuggling something. And it was amazing. And so I like took it up to my bedroom and I'm like putting it on. I was like, yes, this is exactly what I wanted. And I've got on like sweatpants and but like actual sweatpants. Sometimes when girls say sweatpants, they mean like, oh, hot yoga pants. But no, I meant like, like you can fit another person. Baggy sweatpants, and I'm wearing like sweatpants and like my like fur lined moccasin slippers, and I'm like trying on this bathrobe, and I'm like, yes. And I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like, you are that 75-year-old like spinster cat lady. Like, you should be shuffling to your mailbox like chain smoking cigarettes with like curlers in your hair, with like cats running about your feet. Like, who are you? Like, how did I get here? I'm 27. I am super single and like well on my way to being a spinster. What is this? So then I had a life crisis. But it's good because I'm in residency and there's like lots of time to think about it. It's totally fine. So like the 5 days off that I have in all of residency, I'm like having an active crisis. Like what is happening? Like why am I so single? Like why am I in this bathroom? So many questions that are happening. And so I'm like reflecting and like trying to be deep and like go to another level. And I'm like, I don't think it's always been like this, has it? And I think like in college, I was just in college. There's some dude people. Like I was just like college. Like, it was fine. I didn't care. Like I wasn't really like dating anybody, but like it didn't really matter. Like you're in college, you're having a good time, whatever. And then in med school, I was like in a relationship for like a good portion of it, so I didn't really think about it. But just like now, all of a sudden, I'm like in this like weird place where all of a sudden it seems like everyone is married who's my age, except for me. So I was like, April, why is that? In med school you learn to ask questions, push a little bit more. Why is that? So I was thinking, but it's not like I haven't tried. This is just like a sad list of me trying. So like, okay, try number one. So it sounded like a good idea to me. You know, you aren't dating anybody, you need somebody to date. You should date somebody that somebody else already has vetted. And they already know they like him. So my friend Maria was like, oh, I used to really date this guy. He was amazing, you would love him. We didn't work out, let's call him Jake. Jake is amazing, April. You would love Jake. Jake is so great. You would love Jake. And I was like, I got nothing. I would love Jake. Bring Jake up. And so, like, some of you are rolling your eyes, like, why would you use, like, recycled significant other? Whatever. You would date Jake if you were me. So I was like, Jake, yeah, let's hang out. So, like, me and Jake hung out. I was like, okay, like, all right, it's pretty fun. Jake is great. Jake is so wonderful. He is such a good human. Like, he is so good. You, like, me saying it right now isn't conveying to you how amazing and wonderful Jake is. And, like, we started to, like, hang out and date circa February. And there just came this moment where it was Valentine's Day. This was all a very new relationship. And because Jake is wonderful, he came to my house and left. Perry introduced me and said that I like juice, and some of you were like, this is silly, like why did people write their own introductions? But I love juice. And so Jake had left me this basket full of like amazing expensive fruits that I never buy for myself because I just bought a juicer. And Jake just like left all these beautiful fruit products in this beautifully arranged, like tied up with a ribbon basket on my deck, arranged so that when I opened my door there was the fruit basket, and with this beautiful card all wonderful all over the place. And like, so I like come out of my house on Valentine's Day and I look and here's this fruit basket and I'm like, God, Jake is so amazing. I just don't feel all fruit basket about Jake. And so it's like, maybe this was a terrible plan. There's obviously a reason that my very good friend was all like, oh, I love Jake, we just can't be together. And so I was like, okay, so that's failed, strike one. And I was like, that's fine. I got other stuff, you know, whatever. And so, circa Halloween this past year, I was at an event with a bunch of co-residents, mostly girls. I think all girls probably, whatever. And some of them were talking about how they had tried this online dating thing. Anybody in the audience done that? No? Just, okay. I mean, whatever. So, this one girl is telling a story. They're making it sound kind of good. Like I'm listening to them talk, and they're like, "Yeah, this guy took me out, and then he bought me dinner. I eat. I eat food like every day. So let's do that." And so they're making it sound kind of good, and they keep talking. And so this girl is talking about a date that was like, she conveyed to us that it was sort of lukewarm. So she's talking and she's like, well, you know, I went on this date with this guy. It was pretty good. Like I checked out his profile and he seemed kind of interesting. And so we met up and he bought me dinner and it was good and we were talking. And she's like giving more like physical descriptors of him and talking a little bit more. And this other girl at the table, like sat down and was like, now what was his name? And she paused and she's like, she sat down her drink, and she was like, his name, this isn't his real name, because I don't want to, you know, in case you guys are out there on the internet. She was like, yeah, no, his name is Stefan, because his name is like the same as somebody on TV. She's like, yeah, Stefan. She's like, oh my God, I've totally been on a date with that guy. And I was like, you guys do the exact same job and you look kind of similar. Like, he's like, he's just serial dating residents. That's terrible. And yet what I concluded from that was sign up for online dating. So I did. And I signed up for it. And I was like, this is it. This is the modern era. It's 2014. I just like, or 2013 at the time. It's like, I just got to do this. I got to just jump in and stop making excuses for why I'm not meeting people. And so I like get out there, like make a little profile, whatever. But I like juice. It's probably not helping me. And so I start getting these messages and I'm like, this is terrible. The word tonight does not have a number in it. Girl. There's no you. There's no you in girl. I guess I'm very judgmental sometimes. But I was just not feeling it. I was like, this is the worst decision I've ever made. But it wasn't the best decision. And so I'm about ready to give up. And then I get this message from this guy who like mentioned something I wrote in my profile. I was like, okay, at least you read it, which means you can read. So we have a back and forth like a couple times, which is way more than I had done leading up to that point. I was like, this is so good. I'm like scrolling through his pictures. I'm like, can I not see his like third head? Like I don't know what's happening. And so he, you know, he's cute. He's got him like running. I was like, oh, this is looking promising. And you know how like online, maybe you don't because I was the only one who does online dating in this room apparently. But you have a screen name. And so I was like, oh, okay. Well, you can't tell from my screen. My name is April. And he was like, oh, that's so great, April. Let's meet up. Like, let's get coffee. I'm Stefan. Third try. That was try 2. So, third try, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna like focus on like the hospital, like these are my people, because that's where I spend all my time. So they didn't let me out tonight to be here even. So I was like, I'm just gonna like focus on the hospital, and like the fact that I even got a crush on someone who was in the hospital is a miracle, because everyone in the hospital is married. They're all married. I'm actually being lapped by some of my friends. 2 of my best friends have been engaged like twice now, and I'm just like, God, I can't even like get a date. Like that, not that that's like my like banner mark that I'm like aiming for, but I'm just saying it's not helping things either. It's really hard, and you know, like, so everyone is married, and everyone is just like sending me, and like you go to the mailbox, like, what do you hope for? I don't know, like a tax refund, or like delayed birthday check, or I don't know, something interesting, letter from a pen pal. Yeah, but I get wedding invitations and like baby shower invites and like pictures of like happy families with their like 2.5 children and their dog in the sunshine and 100 Days of Happiness. So, got the doorbell, and I'm just like relegated to just like hang all of those up on my refrigerator to just like depress me and encourage me to just like drink more beer. So that's happening. Anyway, the point of all of that is that it's really hard to like get a crush on someone in the house. And while we're talking about it, crush, like doesn't that word sound painful to you? All I'm saying is that like all the words about like starting to have feelings for someone are kind of painful. Oh, you fall for someone. You have a crush. Like, or like, you know, oh, it's okay, it's punch drunk love. Like punching. Anyway, so it was just important to me. It was already just like an event in and of itself that I was able to have a crush on somebody who was in the hospital. And I was like, yes, this is amazing. We were in the same place. This is great. This is totally going to work out. And then, you know, I watch too many like 80s movies, I think, is the problem. And, you know, if you watch like enough John Cusack, you just like get emboldened. You just feel like you can do anything. So, I'm all like, I'm gonna be bold. I'm just gonna like make this move. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be like really hot. It's gonna be awesome. People are gonna talk about it forever. People might talk about it, but it's not because it was amazing. I just like am in this like door frame, and I'm all like, yeah, this is how I feel. I don't even remember what I said because I basically blacked out and had a seizure in that moment, and it was met with just like deafening silence. And so I'm standing there like in this doorway, and I'm like in my mind I know all you need to do is just turn around and go downstairs. But I'm like on the doorway of this apartment, and I like can't move, and all I can think is like evolve into a species that can become invincible. So I'm like trying to evolve into like another species. Because I can't remember how to like walk away from this like awkward thing that I just made with all my like John Cusack non-radio notes. Anyway, so that was a huge fail too. So anyway, all of these things are the crisis that I had at Christmas time this year, circa bathrobe. And I'm just looking, and I'm just like, how did I get here? Like, I'm 27, and I'm super single, soon to be cat lady spinster, if, like, nothing changes, right? And then I start thinking, like, am I actually unhappy? This is exactly what I asked for, and I got it. Wham, my life is so hard. But like, no, like, I'm a doctor. I just like gave a little talk to some of the fourth years, and I was just like, being a doctor is like ninja moves and badassery. Like, you guys signed up for like a really good career. It's awesome. I love it. And part of the thing that I love so much is that every day I learn a ton. I love that. Probably you do too if you're here. Learning is amazing, and that's what residency is. Yes, it sucks all of your time, and you don't, whatever, you rarely get to come to events like this, but it's amazing, and you learn a ton, and that's amazing, and you probably will find that really fulfilling in and of itself, even before anything else. But the other thing that I realize is that I love learning that much, and it's okay if I'm learning myself too. So other people, like I'm in this stage where I feel like maybe I'm in the same place as when I finished college, and all of a sudden everyone else is kind of my parents. But it's okay, because I'm just like in this place, and I'm like figuring it out, and I'm still learning things. And I'm okay with that. I keep saying I'm 27, but actually, I had a birthday last week. So I had my parents come up because I like am on this amazing month where I can have nights and some of my weekends free. So my parents came up. It was great, and they took me out to dinner. And my mom brought me flowers and like this big old package, and I was like, "Yay! Oh, presents! Okay, fine." And so I'm like, thank you, parents. It means a lot that you came to me. Like, it's really great, like, to spend time with you. I love you guys. You're important to me, and blah, blah, blah. And so I opened this box. I'm like, thanks so much, guys. And I open it, and it's another bathroom. And I love it. It's pretty great.